and welcome to my YouTube channel FPJ Made Easy. On this channel, you will learn about the FPJ technology and programming from basic to advanced level. So for more videos, subscribe this channel by click on the subscribe button and follow us on our Facebook page. In this video, we will talk about various configuration technology used for FPGAs. These technologies are classified into two categories: temporary programmed FPGAs and permanently programmed FPGAs. In this video, configuration technologies along with their advantages and disadvantages are explained. So let's start. We start with temporary programmed FPGAs. All FPGAs need to be programmed or configured at least once. There are three major circuit technologies for configuring an FPGA: SRAM based FPGAs, anti-fuse and flash. So we start with SRAM based FPGAs. SRAM stands for static random access memory. It is a volatile memory. Static memory is the most widely used method of configuring FPGAs. SRAM based FPGAs hold their configuration file in SRAM memory. The output of the memory cell is directly connected to another circuit, and the state of the memory cell continuously controls the circuit being configured. Each combinational logic element requires many programming bits, and each programmable interconnection point requires its own bit. As we know that FPGA architecture has three main components: combinational logic block, interconnections and I/O pads. Combinational logic block and interconnection are the reconfigurable elements. So for these blocks we need to program the bits logic. A large number of bits must be set in order to program an FPGA. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of SRAM based FPGAs. So first we will describe some advantages. Like SRAM based FPGAs can be easily reprogrammed. Number 2, SRAM based FPGA can be reprogrammed during the system operation, which provides dynamically reconfigurable system, which is also called partial reconfiguration system. The circuit used in SRAM based FPGA can be fabricated with standard VLSI processes. We can use dynamic RAM instead of SRAM, but dynamic RAM is more dense and it requires to be refreshed, so the configuration circuitry is much more cumbersome if we use dynamic RAM. So there are some disadvantages as well, like SRAM configuration memory burns more noticeable amount of power even the program is not changed. The bits in the SRAM configuration are susceptible to theft. SRAM based FPGA have to be configured every time when power goes up or down. So the second class of programmable FPGAs is permanent program FPGAs. Two technology used to build FPGAs that need to be configured only once or programmed permanently: anti-fuse or flash. So we start with anti-fuse technology. Anti-fuse technology depends on making a connection with electrical signal. Making is more reliable than breaking a connection because there are two, one is fuse and other is anti-fuse. So making a connection means anti-fuse and breaking a connection means fuse technology. So making is more reliable than breaking a connection. An anti-fuse is programmed by putting a voltage across it, as shown in the figure. In this figure, we can, if we want to connect metal 2 with metal 1, then we need to apply the voltage on this anti-fuse. After we apply the voltage, metal 2 is connected to metal 1 through this wire, and the resistance of this wire is about 100 ohm. The anti-fuse technology programming is very slow because each anti-fuse must be programmed separately. So there are certain advantages and disadvantages of this technology as well. Advantages are anti-fuse technology is non-volatile. Design remains as it is even if the power is down. Delays due to routing are very small because the design is optimized properly using place and route tools. Anti-fuse FPGA tends to require low power, and also no problem of bit theft is possible with anti-fuse technology. There are few disadvantages that anti-fuse designing require a complex fabrication process. The second disadvantage is external programmer is required to program or configure the design. After it design cannot be changed. Means we need a external programmer for the anti-fuse technology. Every user of FPGA cannot change or program according to his requirement. The third and most important technique is flash configuration technique. Flash memory is a high quality programmable read-only memory, which is a class of EEPROM. Configuration bit stream design file is stored in the SPI flash and it is delivered at power up and implement the design on FPGA as shown in the figure. Flash technique uses a floating gate structure in which a low leakage capacitor holds a voltage that controls a transistor gate. There are advantages of flash based FPGAs because in previous both techniques disadvantages are overcome by this technology. So we have few advantages like flash based FPGA design are non-volatile like anti-fuse technology, and it is also reprogrammable like SRAM FPGAs. Flash based FPGA are also relatively fast like anti-fuse technology. They consume lower power like anti-fuse and secure like anti-fuse FPGA. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any question, please write down in the comment section and subscribe this channel and follow us on Facebook page for